It's Madden NFL 24, and coming up, it'll be no holds barred between AFC North rivals. It's the Bengals and the Browns, and it's all up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Cleveland Browns Stadium on the shores of Lake Erie. Today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Well, CD, new season is here. Lions and Chiefs got it going on Thursday night. You and I were there. What a scene that was. But now here we are a few days later on Sunday, looking at two teams with great expectations here to begin 2023.
It's always fun to get a new season started, isn't it, partner? Because everyone feels like they've got a shot at the defending champs. They think that they can be the new champs. And here we are getting things going. Let's have some fun.
A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. From his end zone, here comes Jerome Ford. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. That's going to be a 103-yard kickoff return. What a run. And the Browns are on the board first here this afternoon.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Bengals now set for their first possession, and it's Pro Bowler Joe Burrow who leads this offense in his fourth season now out of LSU.
Burrow may be young in his career, but he's helming the Bengals to one of the best stretches they've ever seen. 12 wins last year, which matched the team record, and they made the conference championship game in back-to-back seasons for the first time ever. At the center of it all is the man they call Joey B. 35 touchdown passes last year and almost 4,500 yards.
Barreling in for the sack, Shelby Harris. Burrow looking to pass. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Martin Emerson, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here, back-to-back sacks. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw, and this is going to be incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. And the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 2nd season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
Just 6 games played for Watson in his debut season with the Browns, which really limited how much he could step into the franchise quarterback role for the team. But he gets a full slate to do so this season. Remember, his last year in Houston, over 4,800 yards. They expect excellence from him.
On the move to his left. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, what a start to the season here. Cincinnati and Cleveland, AFC North rivals, Ohio rivals. I don't know what to make of this division. It feels like anyone could win it, including these Browns.
And you're right about that. And how historic would that be if Cleveland did rise up and take the division? So far since we've gone to this format, they have not won the division title. They're eager, they're excited, and they believe that this could be their year.
Watson on 1st down, out to his left.
And he's got Cooper on the out route. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week one is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. They run it again with Chubb. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
Hunt.
It'll be called a gain of 2, and that'll leave him with some options here on 4th and inches. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On to the second from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it looking at 4th and less than a yard. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So they're content to take the 3. Somewhat of a conservative call there, opting not to go for it on 4th and inches.
And that's from a team that you and I know is not usually playing it close to the vest. It's a little bit of a surprise that they opted for the 3 instead of going for it.
And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback.
Cincinnati coming back onto the field here for their second drive.
And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
Now Joe Burrow on 3rd and long. In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line.
The pressure from multiple guys there as they bury him for a big 9-yard loss.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. Pushing his way through. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. On 1st down, they go right back to Hunt. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. On the delay, here's Hunt. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down.
On 3rd down, here's Hunt.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this week 1 contest.
Hopkins' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So 3 points there, and they continue to build this first-half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
No run back here for Jones, a touchback. The Bengals going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing on second and long. Burrow. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. Now the Bengals going to signal for their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Now Burrow. Pressure comes and down he goes.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So, all right, we will save the Week 1 highlights and apparently get right back to the action here in the third. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Bengal offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well, and they've kept them around in this game. Now they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
There's the stiff arm. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That burst good for 20 and a first down. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Third quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. 7th play of this drive coming up, and a long way to go on third down. Burrow will throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Myles Garrett in there to get him once again. That's 2 sacks for him now here on opening day. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At their own 18. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Drops it off for Chubb. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. To throw on 2nd is Watson.
Here's Chubb, back-to-back catches for him.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. And incomplete on the deep ball.
That's some good closing speed there defensively, because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
The good kick, 48 yards,
4 on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He's got Smith here. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And he is going to be taken down. They got him. As that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. And he's going to go down again. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here we go. It's Burrow on 4th down. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Greg Newsom. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. The Bengals going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Oh, some strong running. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, 33 yards. And the Browns are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. It only took him 2 plays there to find the end zone. The last one, the long run, getting him in for 6 points. And this will come out to the 25 as Jones elects for the touchback. Cincinnati set to take over once again. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those 2 elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
Here's Burrow. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Now it's Burrow. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the big fella. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown. That kind of puts the bow on what has been a complete performance, Charles. They're pitching a shutout on the other side in this offense. They've done their thing well, too.
Yeah, this game has been all-out effort from them on every snap, and there's a good amount of pride on the line right now. They want to finish what they started. They want this shutout preserved.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will be hit from behind and run over. Wow.
Another not asking me, but I'll give you my opinion anyway. I think it's time to erase that play from the call sheet. I guess they figure with the big lead they can experiment a little bit. But all in all, just go ahead and put that play on ice.
No run back here for Jones. A touchback. For the Bengals offense getting set and ready to go again here. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter.
Tyler Boyd, he's going to go. And just shutting him off there. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Tyler Boyd, 71 yards. And the Bengals are finally into the end zone here in this fourth quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that'll make this a 19-point ball game. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And there he goes. And he is finally stopped. Boy, he almost made it, but not quite. Down around the 5-yard line. What a return.
All praises for tremendous return, but how about the guys that never gave up on the play, refused to let him get into the end zone, and tracked him down before he got there and made the tackle? A lot of pride exhibited by guys on special teams.
Second and goal from the 6 this time. They from middle with Chubb. Nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be third and goal now.
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for Cleveland, that'll be a happy locker room as they start this season 1-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.